Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. Unfortunately, Janet has come down with a flu of some kind and isn't going to be here. But we have Sean.
Yay!
As a musician this morning. Yay!
Just so happened.
Yeah. And so
I had nothing to do with Janet. Okay. I didn't take her out just so I could take her place. Okay, just want everybody to know.
Yeah, that's an important.
We're glad you're here. Thank you so much.
Oh, we've got a nutcracker out?
Oh, yeah.
That sounds dangerous.
Oh, wow.
Am I sitting too close?
I hope not. I hope he sees you as a partner, just a loving partner.
Okay, anybody have any birthdays coming up this month? Anybody have a birthday? I swear, this group, I just don't want to declare they have a birthday, or somehow we've got a group that's not getting any older. I like that.
I have a brand new niece.
Oh, a brand new niece.
Yeah, on the 9th.
Wow.
Yeah, her name is Lila.
Lila. Oh,
nice
great.
name.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
So your
brother
uncle?
is, yes.
Great uncle, I guess, is my brother's granddaughter.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Good. Okay. Well, for those of you who aren't here, we've got people in the house, and we're so glad that they're here, and glad that you're here. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's wonderful having you. And we are going to be talking about a lot of different things today, because I'm going to talk about interfaith perspective on Christmas. But before that, I'd like to do a meditation. And if we could just have some soft music. And if you'd all close your eyes. Just take a nice deep breath and close your eyes. And as you do, visualize the most wonderful celebration that you have had for this time of year. Take yourself back in time to a very celebratory event. You could be 5 years old, you could be 15, you could be 50, however old you were, that you remember that spark of energy that you felt. So just take yourself back into time, and feel the energy coming over you. The energy of joy, the energy of love, the energy of being one with the family. As you take a nice deep breath, I want you to feel that energy. Feel how good it is to be in joyfulness. And then take another deep breath. And allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into that space. And as you do, feel the love wash over you. Feel the joy bubbling up inside you. Feel the family, or it could be just a group of friends that are around. But feel the loving energy that surrounds you at this time. And as you sit here, feeling this energy, feel the love accompanying it. Feel the love of being with family or friends, and feel how energized you are by all of this. So for those of you who are just waking up, for those of you who are just adding to our energy here, add some of your energy. so that this meditation becomes one of joy and love and energy. And hold on to that for the rest of the session today. Hold on to the joy, the love, the positive energy. And just keep your eyes closed and listen to the wonderful song. The energy flow through you. Put a smile on your face. A smile that says, I remember. A smile that says, I'm so glad I had a good time in my past. And now come back. Come back to our circle. Come back to all the people in the room, all the people online, and add your energy to it. Add your energy to the energy that you have gained. And thank you, Sean. Thank you so much for bringing us back with the people that we called in, with the people that joined us. It's so nice to have you here this morning. Thank you so very much for joining us. Look at all these smiling faces. Hey, this is so great. And Donna and Kevin, it's so nice to have you here. And Jim and Janice and Eileen. Oh, look at all these people that are here. And so, thank you for joining us. Patty and Joyce, I see you, Joyce. I saw you, Patty, a little while ago. Oh, so many people here. Kathleen, hello. And our wonderful person over there who doesn't have a picture of themselves, Stephen. Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hi, Lynn.
Yeah.
Lynn, glad to have you here. So many people that are online. And Lauren. Oh, good morning. So nice to see you all. And yes, Corky.
And there's, no, that's the same ones.
Same
well,
one.
Lauren's here. Yeah.
Yes, Lauren's here. Yeah, we're so glad to have you here. Thank you so much. And in the house we have Ruth, and we have Mel, and we have wonderful Sean, who we're going to ask you to play some more later this morning, if that's okay. We've got a jingle bells that I bet.
I memorize all these lyrics. There's a whole bunch of verses that we're going to do today.
That we're going to do today. There's just one. Oh.
You're going to talk about something?
There's so much that you can talk about during the holiday season. You can talk about all the joy that is brought to us during the season. So many of Christians' values, love, compassion, peace, are universal as it resonates across faith. People have come from different religions, often find inspiration in these shared ideals, linking Christmas to a broader spiritual human experience. For example, the three wise men, they were Zoroastrians. Zoroastrian is one of the oldest religions that we have. And they were well known for being great astrologers. And they're the ones that discovered Christ. They're the ones that were told about in the Bible. And they were the ones that were the oldest religion at the time. That and Taoism were pretty old at the time. But for centuries, there have been people who were Zoroaster. And the fact that they discovered Jesus because of astrology, because they had seen in their way of looking, they had seen the birth of somebody who was going to be helping the world. And that's why they showed up. So we start out celebrating Christmas by celebrating Zoroastrians. Think about that. And the Tao was a part of the teachings in China at the time. These were religions that had been around for thousands of years before Christ was born. And something interesting to think of, how all of these religions are talking about simplicity and living in harmony with nature. They're talking about enterprising the night sky and looking at things that had gone on before. Then the themes of selflessness and being aligned with Islamic teachings. The emphasis on light echoes the significance of Hanukkah in Judaism, the basic religion of Jesus. Compassion and connection mirror values celebrated in Hinduism and Buddhism. Setting up Christmas trees in the living room. The tree itself is reminiscent of the pagan cultic worship of the tree of life. So all of these religions go together to bring about Jesus and to bring about Christianity. So Christmas therefore can be seen as a bridge using people across cultures and beliefs in shared humanity. So when you think of that, the basic of religion, it goes back so far. And here we are today, celebrating all of them, not just Christianity, but all of the religions that led to it. And there's lessons even from the nativity scene. As the wise men, the shepherds show the divine messages are for everyone, irrespective of status. The shepherds came to worship Jesus. They weren't a Christian. They were one of the great older religions, but they came to worship this young boy, this baby who'd just been born. And so no matter what religion you were raised, look at all of the religions that it took to bring about Christianity. And Christianity is there's only two more religions out there that are newer than Christianity. It's a religion that's new when we look at the time that we have spent on this planet. And so the wise men, in all of their embodying of spirituality and pursuit of truth, encourage us to seek wisdom and understanding in their faith journeys. These elements point towards a life filled with faith, humility, and purpose. Christmas lights have played such a part in Christmas. Now, if you drive down the street, you're going to see people putting up lights, or you're going to see lights already up. Lighting the planet is what's going on. And so think of that. As you put up your lights, you light it, you're not just recognizing Christ, but you're recognizing all of the world, all of the other religions that came to having him here. So it's wonderful when you can join in with other faiths, other religions, and accepting Christ as one of the people who are telling us what we should be doing according to the Bible. Now the Bible is a different instrument. It has been written not by Christ. Jesus didn't write the Bible. But the Matthew and Mark and Luke and John and all of the people that wrote the Bible came from their background, which was Judaism. Jesus was a Jew. He was born a Jew, and he lived as a Jew all of his life. So when you think about Hanukkah and the celebration that they do during Hanukkah, think of the Jewish people celebrating, enjoying who they are and their past and their history, and bring that forward in celebrating Jesus. He was Jewish. So when you feel or you hear or you see people being against Jews, stop and say, wait a minute. There is a religion there that is basic to Christianity. Same with Islam. There was a lot of Islamic people around when Christ was born. So who's to say that the place that he was where he was born wasn't owned by an Islamic shopkeeper? There are so many historical things going on when we look at why we celebrate Christmas. It's celebrating so many things that we have. For many people, decorating the tree, the Christmas tree, that is Celtic. That's pagan. The tree was worshipped, the tree of life. And when you think of that we are putting up a tree in our house that represents the Celts, another very, very old religion. So it's hard for us to see, at least it's hard for me to see, Christianity as the only religion in the world. As a spiritualist, I admire all the religions. And I accept they all have a part in bringing about this celebration of Christmas. And decorating with the lights on porches and through windows serve as a way to reflect on the goodness, warmth, and hope that are brought together from the soil. Christmas is also synonymous with generosity and gratitude. Is a time to give freely. When you're thinking about giving gifts, you might not have the money to buy a gift, but I bet you have the time to give some help. Helping at the food bank during this time of year is always great. Helping in any way that you can is wonderful. That's the gift that keeps on giving, is when you give. So think about that. Think about what you can give to help everybody, to help all the people that are celebrating Christmas, but helping the people that are Jewish or Islamic or pagan or Taoist or Zoroaster. Helping people during this period of time. Helping people find themselves, find out who they truly are. Give freely, whether through charitable donations. If there's things in your house that you think, I haven't used that for a year, give it away. Give it to a place where they can give it to somebody who is in need. Donate it. Donating this time of year is one of the best things you can do. Helping people who are homeless. Helping people who are needing help. It's a time for you to be a part of that. Practice gratitude. Reflect and thankfulness for the blessings and the joy that you have in your life. Reflect on it and go, wow, this is so wonderful. The lights are shining, they're blinking. There's so many lights out there. I'm going to be grateful for living in a time where people are showing us that they believe. That some of the lights might be blue to represent Judaism. Some of them might be just white to celebrate Celtic, pagan. Whatever they're celebrating, celebrate it with them. Don't be anxious about, well, they're not celebrating Christ. They're celebrating religion, their religion, in a way that is so perfect for them. So think about it. Think about how you celebrate Christmas and how you can celebrate it by bringing in the faith that you have and adding it to make this a wonderful mixture of religions. The idea of saying thank you or sharing a warm gesture can ripple into a large movement of goodwill. Just say thank you. Like, thank you, Mel, for being here. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Ruth. Thank you, Corky.
Yay!
Thank you, Ed, who just left.
Don't forget to thank yourself now.
Go and so thank me. Yeah, thank me.
Thank you. Yay!
Thank us all for being here. Although the celebration of Christmas has become increasingly commercialized, it's possible to strike a spiritual balance. Gift exchanges, holiday parties, and festive decoration can reflect community involvement. Think about that. How do you reflect community involvement? Put a light in the window and say, I'm here. Put a strand of lights around your doorway that says welcome. Do something to become part of the community. You might not think of yourself as, quote, Christian, but think of yourself as part of the joy that people are feeling. It's easy to feel joyful. All you have to do is think of yourself and how good you're having it right now. If you're not thinking you're having it good, change it for 20 minutes. The next 20 minutes. Change your life by thinking, I've got a good life. I can do what I want to do. I can do when I want to do it. I can do so much in my life. Gift exchanges, holiday parties, and festive decorations can reflect your community's involvement in Christmas. Be happy for your community. Be happy for things that are going on. One way to bring this all about is by bringing together modern traditions with spiritual values, such as giving, healing practices, so think of it, what are you giving as far as gifts? Give a healing practice of some kind. We all know somebody who does healing, like Eileen, who does wonderful things with her Qigong, like Sean, who does wonderful readings, like Ruth, who helps people in so many ways, and Mel, who is helping family and people that he knows, and Corky, who helps me every day.
Mm-hmm.
I thank these people
Yay!
for what they do.
Oh yeah.
So, bringing together modern traditions with spiritual values, such as giving, things that people are volunteering. Think about, what is it that you know? Who is it that you know that is volunteering time? Honor that. Honor that and thank them for volunteering their time to help. And one way to make this balance more meaningful is by bringing about traditions together with modern traditions, such as spiritual values, such as giving, healing practices, or spending time volunteering. For Christmas, Volunteering is one of the greatest gifts you can give. It's better than money. It's better than gifts. When you can volunteer your time to help somebody who's sick, to help somebody who needs help financially, helping people is the greatest gift that you can give. So think about that. What can you do to give something to somebody? And when you think of it, think of how wonderful it makes you feel to realize you can give your time, your energy, your spirit to somebody else. And think of it as the greatest gift that you have is your time that you can share with somebody. There's practical ways to embrace the spiritual meaning of Christmas. Practice meditation or prayer. And practice it centered on the themes of hope, love, and purpose. Think of that. When you are meditating, meditate or pray for hope, for peace, for love, and purpose. Bring about this meditation so you're helping the planet. The planet needs our help right now. For those of you who live close by, they had a hurricane in Scotts Valley that overturned 5 cars. That's a twist here in California, especially in Scotts Valley. We are having these tornadoes, hurricanes, fires, so much going on. Use part of your gifts to the planet of prayer to help the people who are surviving these horrible things that are going on. Send energy to help people. Engage in community service, such as delivering meals or donating gifts to children in need. Use your time to donate. Doesn't have to be money. It can just helping people in need. Simplify your holiday plans to reduce stress and focus on what creates a spiritual celebration. What is a spiritual celebration for you? Is it prayer? Is it talking to your next door neighbor? Is it going out and giving money to somebody who's standing on the corner? What do you do to help people spiritually, but also financially? Think of that. You might only have $2 to your name, but giving one of them away helps you feel better about you. Think about things that you can do to help people as a celebration of life, as a celebration of Christmas, whether you're Christian or not. Let's celebrate this time of year to help people. Donating gifts to children in need is a wonderful thing right now. There are buckets where you can add money to. There's big bins where you can add toys to. There's all sorts of things that are being asked for you to help. Help some way somebody else as your greatest gift for Christmas this year. Find some kind of gift that you could give. And think about that. Think about what you can give to help other people this holiday season. The spirit of Christmas is in the togetherness. It's in the thought of which you put into yourself, the thinking about others. It's a selfless time where we forgive. Forgive. Think of forgiving your aunt that you didn't forgot your birthday, or your uncle who has been in prison. Forgive people that you know that you don't feel supported you. Forgive them. I did a reading yesterday on a woman who was very upset at her sister. And I said, forgive her. And she said, how do I do that? And I said, just don't hold on to what you feel she's doing to you. Let it go. This is a time for forgiveness. This is a time for love, acceptance, and forgiveness. Forgive the neighbor next door for whatever. A dog that barks, or a cat that scratches on your door, or whatever. But forgive the people around you, and then make that bigger. So you start forgiving all of the things that are going on that you view as bad. Forgive those people. Holding on to negative thoughts makes you sick. So forgive people for Christmas. If you don't have any money, you don't have anything to give, then forgive people. It's the greatest gift that you can give. The spirit of Christmas is in the togetherness. It's in the thought which you put into thinking about others. It's a selfless time. Think of how it can be selfless. When you can take stock of what's important and become better versions of yourself. What's a better version of yourself? A better version of yourself is to become more forgiving, giving, loving, spiritually connected to the earth. That's the best you can be. It's not about how much money you have. It's not about how little money you have. It's just feeling thoughts of forgiveness, honoring love for everybody, and accepting who you truly are, as a warm, giving, loving human being. Take a moment this year to look beyond the commercial festivities and seek the deeper meaning of Christmas, whether through acts of kindness, moments of gratitude, or spiritual reflection. This season offers an opportunity to found purpose, joy, and unity. What is unity? Unity is appreciating the people in your life. Unity is knowing and honoring the people in your life. Unity is accepting the people in your life and knowing that they are doing what's best for them, hopefully. They might not be doing what's best for them, but figure out they are. Figure out a way for you to accept them and love them, even though they're not doing the best things for them. Know that they will learn more about themselves. I want you to enjoy the Christmas season and remember all of the beings and all the religions that came before it, and that each person who respects their religion respects a step in getting to Christianity and beyond. And now we're going to have some music by our wonderful Sean.
Wonderful music.
Wonderful music. Okay, you
Wonderful
can give us
music.
clappy music, that's fine. Sure.
Music.
All right, Tap.
Let's shake it up.
Shake it up, baby.
How many verses are we going to do?
Just one or two or whatever you
Is
want
this
to
a Taco
do.
Bell song?
They're
Taco
really good.
Bell, Taco
They're really-
Bell.
They're really good.
He was practicing that earlier.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Hey! Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in one horse open sleigh. Prancing through the snow in one horse open sleigh. Jumping and rolling, laughing all the way. Oh,
They're gonna take the picture. Oh, that's Mel over there making jingles. He's jingling. I don't know where it's coming. The jingle's coming from, but
How did
something.
you do it?
And speaking of how people celebrate Christmas, anybody want to add something to how they celebrate Christmas? Anybody online? Oh, come on.
Come on, you guys.
Come on. Somebody should have some idea of how they celebrate Christmas.
Yes.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Joyce.
You know, I grew up in a big family. The Browns, there was 10 children, 2 parents, you know, that sort of thing. So down in Mississippi, we celebrated with wonderful food. My mother was an incredible cook, chef. My father, he told stories. And we had a small tree that was not a real tree that had a light in it. And that was one of the things that we had as a tree. We didn't have a big standing tree. We had this wonderful little tree. And then we all got our little presents, whatever that might be for Christmas. And how we celebrated it was during the winter in Mississippi, depending on what time of the year it was. It could be raining outside, could be snow outside, could be cold. And so where things would go from sitting around this wonderful wood stove, would be having our daddy tell us stories. And stories we had heard a million times, but at Christmas time, it was like we had never heard them before. And we also got little presents. Sometimes you would get a pair of shoes, a nice dress, something you would get as a gift to let you know that Santa had come through the house when you finally fell asleep, like at 1 o'clock in the morning, waiting for I tried, but I never caught that rascal. But the other thing that I did when I got older and we moved to California, Christmas celebration changed. It started going into the big trees and all of that, and all the Brown families would come together and celebrate and have wonderful food. But I tell you this because my father's birthday was Christmas Day. He was born in 1898. And so what I would do is I would give him 2 things that he liked. I'd give him a brand new blue shirt. He always liked blue shirts for some reason. And I would, when I was old enough, I would buy a bottle of Jack Daniels. And Daddy and I would go off into the kitchen and I would give him his birthday present because and give him the Jack Daniels, and I'd pour him a full shot and I'd get a half shot.
There you go.
And the thing about all of that is that he was always so thrilled to have his birthday acknowledged because he never, ever said anything about it or anything, never. It was just, and I think that he had memories that he just rather not deal with. He didn't talk about it too much growing up when he did 1898, you know, that kind of stuff up until the 1900s. I was born in 1949. So there's a nice little span in there. But I just wanted to share that I do have the fondest memories around Christmas because of my dad, because of Joseph Levi Thomas Brown. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you
Okay,
so
thank you.
much. Thank you for
Steve-
sharing.
And Stephen has his hand up.
Stephen,
Thank you.
you're on.
Oh,
You're
you
on
have
mute.
to. We can't hear you.
You're on mute.
There, how about that?
Yay! You did
I
it.
punched it. I must have missed it. I was thinking about, my Christmases, weren't always that happy. But one thing I do remember is that growing up, no matter how bad your relationship is with the people around you and how little you had, you could always decorate for Christmas. You could always find something. You could make ornaments out of tinfoil. You could cut tin cans up. You could, you could afford a little paint, and you could paint paper. You could go out into the woods and cut a tree. and put it up. And, it was beautiful. And, you didn't always have to have a good relationship with your family. Fact is, if there were a lot of you, you were generally had a bad relationship with someone at any moment. But you could still celebrate Christmas together. And, that's something I remember.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen. Anybody else have something that they would like to add to this?
Me.
Okay, Ruth.
So we
Oh, let me get you over there.
oh whatever.
Yeah. Well, no, wait.
My husband and I, we chose not to do the Santa thing because I didn't grow up with Santa as being taught as a real thing. I just knew it was like a fun for play pretend, and so we kept that part. But that's one of the things I really appreciated growing up, and also with my kid too, because it was like teaching at the same time the, family togetherness and love. That was the focus, but also teaching respect for Ira to understand, hey, other families, they do it different. They teach their kids that Santa's real and all of that stuff. And so it was like an opportunity for my little tiny child going to preschool, kindergarten, and everything to respect other people's beliefs while at the same time being able to all of us enjoy the fact that it's the holiday season, and then it was able to like segue into other like teachings of respect, and also bonbon cookies. As long as I made bonbon cookies, it was Christmas. It didn't matter if it had nothing else. Bonbon cookies were made. It's Christmas.
Chris has been talking about this one all
So,
spring.
yeah.
How much? Good time is and the village food.
Trish?
I was out of the room for a few minutes, so I missed the question that was going on, but I think if I know the question, I can answer what's going on.
What we were asking is, how did you celebrate Christmas?
Oh, growing up?
Yes.
Yes. My parents and family were very into the holidays, especially Christmas. My dad loved Christmas and being making fudge and being Santa for us. And my mom loved to bake cookies, and I'd be in the kitchen talking to her while and helping her bake the cookies, but mainly talking to her. And we'd have Christmas music on in the other room, so that would go out throughout the house. I just have a lot of good memories about Christmas. That's why I have a great family to go to for Christmas and the holidays, and just to be around all year. But I really miss my parents this time of year.
Well, thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's wonderful. Okay, anybody else have anything they'd like to share with us? Yes. Who's had their hand up?
Well, Gail, you have anything?
I do. I was waiting to see if you were responding to someone in the queue. So I had a great grandmother. She was Portuguese, and her son was in World War II. And so every year she had brought back, when she came to the United States, she brought a old world hand painted figurine of baby Jesus. And she would create hold on, I'm sorry. She would create an altar. She would take 4 small cans early on. She would plant wheat, and then she would create a tier set up with the baby Jesus at the top. And then surrounding that, she had bought the Coast Guard, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force,
Woohoo!
and the Marines. And she had all of these little figurines, you know, the little toys that kids would play with, but she had them all on her altar. And she would pray the rosary every night for them. And she had greenery, pine, you know, tree greenery all around her altar. And that was an important part of our celebration. And to bring, you know, to make sure that they came home. And we would have wonderful celebrations, and my grandfather made homemade wine. So it was
Woohoo!
we were it was just lovely time with all of them.
Well, that's great. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Yeah, that's wonderful.
Kathleen?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Yeah, Christmas in my family was always a special time of the year, getting the trees out and, the Christmas dinner and, unwrapping presents. And so I have good memories of that time of the year in family. As I've gotten older too, I've just appreciated, at CCL how you do celebrate all the different traditions. I did Waldorf school training, and that was something that they tried to bring consciousness to, is how all the different festivals of light during this time of the year, because the winter solstice, is like it's the darkest time of the year, but all of these festivals are around bringing light in. Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, all of the lights. So I was telling someone that December 13th, they were like, "Oh, it's Friday the 13th," but then I was glad to tell them about Santa Lucia Day, and there was
good.
And so, like, everything about bringing the light into the darkness.
Yeah. Oh, great. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's great. Anybody else have anything they'd like to add? Well, however you celebrate it, make sure it's done with an appreciation of everybody. Appreciating that there are so many different religions that honor this time of year. And so give that a handshake to the different religions. For me, my folks became Baha'is, and Baha'u'llah was not Christian. He was one of the more recent people who came about, who had a religion. And but my mom still wanted to hang stockings. So she would hang stockings, even though she said, well, that can just honor Baha'i faith. It wasn't Christian. She was just going to honor a faith. And so we had the stockings hung up. And that was always so fun to have. And there's so many different religions that people are. And honor that they have their religions, they have their celebrations, and they're going to honor Christian celebration by honoring Christmas, by putting up lights. And honor them and say thank you so much for being a Christian in the light that you're lighting, in the presents that you're giving, in the songs that you're singing. Thank you so much for appreciating Christmas. There's so many other religions that we have around that feel like they're anti-Christian, but Christianity has felt like it was anti-Islam and anti-Judaism, I don't know why, because Jesus talked about loving everybody. And I think that that's the best way you can honor Christmas, is to love everyone, to appreciate all the different religions. Yes, Ruth.
And I just want to point out too is that you don't even have to believe in a God or have have a particular spiritual belief, because like my husband's an atheist, and Christmas is, he grew up Christian, but all of the Christmassy things that you do, literally is just about celebrating existence together.
Yes, yes.
And that's awesome because existence is amazing, sometimes terrifying, but it's amazing.
Yes.
You know? So yeah, I mean, you're like, your mom being like, now it's Baha'i faith stockings. It's like, family stockings. Like, whatever your focus is. And
Yes,
that's what
whatever
matters,
that you like,
right?
yeah, to do
Yeah.
and benefit everybody. And I think that's the most important thing during this time of year, is benefiting everybody, letting people know that whatever religion they are, this is a time to celebrate and bring it in and celebrate. Yes,
Trish has her hand up.
Trish? Yes.
And you're mute. Ask to unmute. Okay.
You're still muted.
Still can't hear you.
I know, the devil's in the details, right?
Sounds like
I think heaven is when angels are in the details. No, this is just boom, 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 taken care of magically.
So we got you? Let's see. Let me see if I can do this. Lower hand, ask to unmute. Evidently all I can do is ask you. Can you get it?
I know, right? Very helpful.
You got it?
You can lead a horse to water.
Oh no.
Well, maybe you can type it in the chat, and then someone else can make their comment while you type, and then
Yep.
we can read it out.
Yeah, Mel, how about you? What did you do
My
for Christmas?
story.
Hey, go put the camera on that man over there.
That man over
No,
there.
she's tired of being in the limelight.
Yeah.
Here
Oh, I got myself unmuted.
we go. Yay! Okay.
Somehow it said unmute. Anyway, I don't know, it froze. So I just wanted to add really quick one Christmas while I was growing up, every year the San Jose Mercury News would put out their wish book, and people would put in their wishes for Christmas and throughout the year or whatever. And my parents, mainly my mom, wrote a letter to one of them because one of the people was asking for a manual wheelchair. And for those of you online who don't know me, I'm in a wheelchair. So they gave money towards the wheelchair, or outright bought the wheelchair for this young boy, I think. And the letter that my mom wrote was published Christmas Day in the Mercury News that year.
Oh, how sweet.
Oh,
That is very neat. Very neat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
great.
that's what I forgot to say.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
thank
Thank you for
you.
sharing.
Okay, Mel.
Yeah, well, as a child, my dad worked a lot, so Mom was the one that we did our Christmas shopping and stuff with, and so we would go out a day or two before Christmas and buy one of the leftover Christmas trees that, usually we had a Charlie Brown Christmas tree that had just a few branches, and we would go home and decorate that, and Christmas Eve, like I say, my dad was a farmer. He was gone a lot. Christmas Eve and Christmas Day was like his days off, unless it was really raining and he couldn't work. But so we would go out on Christmas Eve with Dad, my two little brothers and I, and this is weird. It's emotional, but we'd buy Mom a new crock pot or a toaster or an iron or something to make her life easier. That was my dad's way of showing he loved her.
Oh, wow.
But Christmas Eve, we were always out shopping.
Oh, wow.
for Dad's Christmas present for Mom.
That's nice.
And then Christmas Day, we spent the whole family together. We spent the whole day putting together things, or whatever gifts we might have gotten, or whatever Mom found, whatever Santa Claus found for us to put together on Christmas Eve. And it was, didn't realize how emotional I was going to get thinking about it.
Oh, well, good. Thank you for sharing. That's
Well, as an
wonderful.
adult, it gives it a whole different meaning.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Back then it was like, oh, cool. We're getting mom a new crock pot, or we're getting mom a new toaster. And it's like, I think mom might have wanted a nice blouse or something like that.
Something for her personally.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, that was Dad's way of showing how much he loved her, was trying to get her something that would make her life a little bit easier.
Right. Wow. Sean, do you have anything to add?
My Christmases were all really weird.
Oh,
Yeah, no, my family was a nightmare when I was a kid. So.
okay. We'll
Yeah.
let that stand.
We don't need to go there.
Was a nightmare when he was
You
little.
just wish for their own good.
For your best and highest good, yeah.
This is good for them. Well, before my folks became Baha'is, my mom, we had so many presents that the living room was just stacked with presents. So we had that. We had a lot of presents. Thank you for being present, all of you here. Thank you for coming in. And
Well, you were the first grandkid.
I was the first grandkid, yeah.
Oh.
But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for spending Sunday morning with us.
Yes.
And as a spiritualist church, we appreciate all faiths, all religions. And I want you to take that with you, that you can be a good Christian, but don't be anti any other religion. Because each person who belongs to a different religion has that religion in their heart, has that religion in their soul. So accept people for who they are and love everybody. It's the best way to get by. And it's the best way to get through Christmas, is to love everybody and accept everybody.
That could be politically and...
Politically, anyway. Just accept everybody for Christmas, okay? Thank you so much for joining us. Corky, you have something
I'll give you a
else?
Christmas gift. I will for one day forgive you from all...
Well, one
What
day
is
is a good one. One day is a good way if you have to do it, then just do it for one day. But
Sometimes
be
it's 2
sure.
minutes at a time.
You know, like they say in AA, you know.
Thank you so much for joining us. This has been wonderful.
Okay, we'll see you all next week.
We'll see you all next week. And just take a moment and close your eyes and feel the love and feel the energy and feel the blessings of this time of year. And let go of the negativity in your heart and in your mind and bring in love. And so it is. Thank you all very much. Have a great week. We'll see you next Sunday.